So when you actually came for the interview, if we talk about that, I got to the point in the interview because we met at a cafe, I think, and I got to a point in the interview where I said, "All right, have you got any questions for?" I normally ask, have you got any questions about the company or for me or whatever? And yours was classic, and you go, "Well, yes, I do actually." And you reached into your pocket and you pulled out like an A4 piece of paper, and I was like, "Holy shit! I feel like I'm being interviewed now." And I was like, "This is cool." And so you proceeded to ask me a whole bunch of questions. I thought that was awesome. Good tactic.
Yeah, I think for me, it's really important that I'm joining a company that I want to join. You know, there's so many jobs out there, and for me, I guess coming from a job that I loved, it was like I want to keep going with that. I want to keep, enjoying what I do every day, because that's so important. And I've never had it before where I wake up and I'm like, cool, I'm going to work. I'm excited for what's going to happen this week. So it was really important that I asked those questions to figure out, one, what the culture was like, what you were like, and I was interviewing you.
Yeah, well, that's bloody good. And I actually think I find it strange that more people don't. I think so many people are intimidated by the interview process, or they're not comfortable with it, that they just sort of, they sit there and they kind of clam up a bit, and they ask, or they give you like generic answers, and it's like, mate, just chill out, we're just having a chat, pretty much like we're doing now. And that's the way that we tend to interview people. I don't want to hear, I read through their CV, I don't want to hear their CV, I just want to hear them as a person. And that gives you a far better insight into what they're like than reading through a resume. So I just thought that was absolute classic, and I think you actually asked me more questions than I asked you that day. So it was cool. Yeah, but and then so you came into Active and stuff, and you had your like a portfolio of buildings. Was it similar to the work that you've been doing back in the UK?
Yeah, there was a lot of similarities. What I liked was that we don't do the accounts.
Oh, yep.
Because I was doing that in the UK, and it was my most hated part of the job. I'm not really a numbers person, so that part really stressed me out. So to come here and be like, cool, don't even worry about that, and I've got someone who's specially doing that.
Yeah, that's the body corp manager's role in our industry, I guess. That's good to have them doing that.
Oh, absolutely. And I must say, when we did the accounts in the UK, that time of the year, it took us away from managing the building. For those however many weeks we were doing the audit, you couldn't do your job. So it makes sense to have it separated like that, and have one person focusing on the finances and one person actually managing the building. It works so much better. And that's definitely something that I love about the role here, is that I can focus on what I enjoy.
Yeah, that's good.